Have you ever pondered how wars have shaped the destiny of nations, particularly France, and their ripple effects on humanity at large? Our story begins in the 14th century with the Hundred Years' War, a conflict that lasted from 1337 to 1453. This war, sparked by a deadly combination of territorial disputes and dynastic conflicts, was a defining moment in France's history. The Hundred Years' War was more than just a battle for land or power. It was a catalyst for profound changes in France's socio-economic structure. It saw the rise of a strong national identity and the emergence of the concept of statehood, concepts we take for granted today. This war marked the end of feudalism and the dawn of a new era, setting the stage for a France that was more centralized and unified. What's more, it laid the groundwork for the modern nation-state system that we recognize today. The Hundred Years' War, a brutal conflict, was the beginning of a long and bloody history of wars that would forever change France and the world. As we journey through time, we encounter the Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars, a period of radical political and societal change in France that spread across Europe. The French Revolution, which began in 1789, marked a profound shift in the French society. The monarchy's tyranny and the financial crisis led to an uprising amongst the common people. The old order was overthrown and a republic was established. But this wasn't just a change of government, it was a change in the very fabric of society as concepts of liberty, equality and fraternity took root. But the revolution was not a peaceful affair. It was marked by the reign of terror, a period of violence where thousands were executed for being enemies of the revolution. Amidst this chaos, a young general named Napoleon Bonaparte rose to power. Napoleon's reign, which began in 1799, marked the start of the Napoleonic Wars. These wars were not just about territorial conquests, they were a clash of ideologies. As Napoleon sought to spread the revolutionary ideas across Europe, he transformed France into an empire and himself into an emperor. Under Napoleon, France achieved unprecedented military victories. But it also faced significant defeats, culminating in Napoleon's final defeat at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. The Napoleonic Wars, which spanned over a decade, left millions dead and reshaped the political landscape of Europe. The Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars had far-reaching impacts. They spread nationalism and liberal ideas across Europe, challenging the old order. The French Revolution's ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity inspired many to fight for their rights and challenge the existing social and political structures. In the end, these wars were not just about the transformation of France, they were about the transformation of Europe and, by extension, the world. They marked the end of the old order and the beginning of a new era of politics and society. The Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars not only reshaped France but also left an indelible mark on the European continent. In the 20th century, France, like the rest of the world, was plunged into the horrors of two world wars. As we turn the pages of history, we find France at the epicenter of these catastrophic events, bearing the brunt of the conflict and the subsequent transformation of the world order. The First World War, known as the Great War, saw France on the front line, facing the Central Powers. The aftermath was devastating, with massive loss of life and destruction. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, marked the end of this war, yet it sowed the seeds of another conflict. France, as one of the victors, imposed harsh conditions on Germany, which stirred resentment and set the stage for the Second World War. The Second World War was even more devastating for France. In 1940, Germany invaded and occupied France. This period, known as the Dark Years, was a time of immense suffering, resistance and collaboration. Yet the spirit of the French people remained unbroken, and they fought for their freedom, leading to the eventual liberation in 1944. These wars were not just battles between nations, they were a test of humanity itself. The cost was immense, with millions of lives lost and cities reduced to rubble. Yet amidst the destruction, there were stories of courage, resilience, and an unyielding hope for a better future. The aftermath of the World Wars brought about a shift in global power. Colonial empires crumbled, leading to the rise of new nations. The United States and the Soviet Union emerged as superpowers, marking the onset of the Cold War. In response to the horrors of the World Wars, nations came together to form international organizations such as the United Nations. The aim was to promote peace, uphold human rights, and prevent future conflicts. The World Wars, a testament to the horrors of global conflict, left deep scars on France and forever changed the course of human history. The ashes of the past still whisper the tales of these wars, reminding us of the cost of conflict and the value of peace. From the 100 Years' War to the World Wars, France has been a central player in many of history's most significant conflicts. These battles have not only forged the nation's political, social, and economic landscape, but also left indelible imprints on the broader canvas of humanity. The echoes of these wars resonate through time, influencing our present and guiding our future. As we reflect on these historical events, we realize that wars, while devastating, have shaped the world we live in today, serving as stark reminders of our past and lessons for our future.